Hello all, just thought I'd do a quick video and just these ones I did a few years ago just to help people out, but I think the problems are still just as relevant today, and so I just thought I'd rehash some of the old videos for my training platform. So the first one, just a nice easy one, is just how to basically speed up if you're having problems with your PC or your laptop slowing down. It's a great just sort of way of just cleaning up, make sure you haven't got programs running and your startup's okay. So the first thing we're going to do is you can see a little bit of a diagram is if you press the Control Alt Delete button, so holding the Control and Alt and then pressing the Delete key down, you'll come up with a screen that says Task Manager, which you can't see because I'm running on a different monitor, but it'll say Task Manager. Click on Task Manager, you will get this pop up here, so which is what you want to see. So this has basically, if you look at the processes, all the programs that are currently running at the moment. And what we're going to do first is we're going to go to Startup. Now in the Startup, these are programs that when you restart your computer or boot your computer up, they will be enabled from when they start. Now you can see I've got a list of programs in there. Most of these are disabled, other than the ones that I do need to kick in, which is my virus protectors, Grammarly, so I improve my spelling. So what we need to do is so to disable or enable, you might see a lot of these things on here already enabled. You don't necessarily need your Messenger enabled, or you don't need Cortana enabled unless you're going to be talking to it, or Microsoft Teams, or your VPN. But if you just right click on it, you can enable it if you want. So when it does restart the computer the next time, it'll actually start up. Now I don't suggest disable it. So the only thing I've got going at the moment is Windows Security Notification, AVG, which is my virus protector, and and obviously my Grammarly, as I said. So that makes it starting up much easier at the time. So another area you'll see, just help you if you're having problems with the speed of your machine. You can see where your memory is being sucked up and where your CPU, which is the central processing unit, or your GPU, which is your graphics. And you can see I'm running OBS, which is what's recording this video at the moment, which is a free video recorder. But you can see OBS is using about 45% at the moment, sort of ranging up and down my GPU, so which I've got a fairly decent graphics card in, so it's pretty heavy on it, using a little bit of memory. But what does use up a major amount of memory is Google Chrome. So if I just open up Google Chrome, you can see straight away the CPU jumps up. But that'll settle down because that's the initial boot up. But also the memory starts to boot up here as well. So the more tabs you have open on your Google Chrome, and what we'll do is we'll just bring that so it stays at the top and they stop moving. You can see on here, so that's my Google Chrome tab at the moment. I've got nothing open. So, but if I'm to open, say news.com, I'll just open up that. You can watch as this starts to go up the Google Chrome. So that's one open, two tabs are open. Now we're going to open 4 tabs. And yeah, you see some people have got 16, 17 tabs open. So you can imagine what it's doing to your memory capacity. Now I'm running 16 gig of memory on here, so of DDR4. So it's a reasonably good machine. So imagine if you're running a DDR3, which is the type of memory, it's an older memory, and you're only running, say, 4 or 8 gig on the older laptops, 2 gig. Just by having that many tabs open, this is all we've got open, just news.com, which is a local news site, and you see that's already taking up 43% of our memory in total. But that alone there is a massive amount of what we do is 2 gigabytes of memory being used straight away, and it's using 3 to 5% of the CPU. And it is tapping onto your network as well, just a little bit, not much, because it's obviously reloading all the time. Now you can see as we start to close these down, which what I'll do is I'll bring it across again for you to have a look at. So as we close these down, and go 1, 2, 3, and 4, you can see that it starts to improve. So keeping these tabs down to as low amount as possible is a good way of doing it. So that's what I would recommend you do. So there's other things you can look through. There is a way, like now, if I wanted to get rid of things that I don't want on, like snip and sketch, I just copied and pasted something part of the video, so that's just sitting there. If you want to go in and actually close that from here, you can just right click on it and just go end task, and that will remove it. So it gives you, frees you up a little space. Now, if you're not really sure what you're doing, I wouldn't be doing too much in here, because a lot of these services are provided by Windows, and you don't want to be messing around. But it's a great way if you've got something that's frozen up. Say you come up here in Google, it says suspended or not responding. Just be right clicking on it. I'm not going to end that because it'll stuff my video up. So that's really good. And if you want to look at your performance of your machine, that gives you a bit of an idea of what it's running at, how much memory it's using, my SSD drive, which is the hard drive, my Ethernet, and Wi-Fi is doing nothing at the moment, so I'm not using it, and my graphics card there as well, again because I'm using the video. And you can just click each one of them and it'll give you a breakdown if that means anything to you. If not, so you can see a dedicated GPU of 6 gig. I buy it, so it's quite a reasonable graphics card. So it's not top of the line or anything, but certainly does the job. So anyway, that's just a little bit of an idea of maybe if you're having problems, particularly with older machines. I'm going to post another couple of videos on how to clean up your machine, because a lot of people think after they've had a laptop or a PC for 2 or 3 years that they just got to throw it away, that they get old. Well, when you think about it, 2 or 3 years ago they're running pretty much the same software as we're running now. It's only because you probably have a lot of temporary files. You haven't cleaned the hard drive up and just cleaned up a lot of the excess programs. So I will do in the next few days a video on that. Anyway, I hope you find this helpful, and if you've got any questions, just post it under the video in the group. Have a blessed day. God bless you all, and stay safe.